So hello everyone, here on the line, Shahar speaking to you right now, and Nashla with Buzz Booster, and we're getting ready to start another call of how you can become an outrageous success, and I'll never be able to say that word right, success, yeah, so say the title. Yes, see, it sounds a lot better when you say it. And so be ready, get a paper and pen to write down everything, because we're going to really spill the beans here on how you can really be successful. Before we do, let me just tell you a little bit about us. Most of you probably know who we are. We are a mother and daughter team, and we run a consulting company called Buzz Booster, as well as a social media marketing agency. And in fact, today we also have online training and several other small businesses online. We started in 2005, if I'm not wrong, and we tell people that everything started with 2 bags and a teddy bear, because that's how we got here in Salt Lake City, and we started everything from scratch. When we had experience in internet marketing before. We actually had a business before. I have a degree in e-commerce, but coming to a new place, you just don't know anybody, and things are kind of slow to start, and that's exactly how it happened to us. But once we put the consulting company and start doing networking, slowly we start getting businesses, and then from there on we grew non-stop. In fact, in our second year in business, we were already making over 6 figures a month, and we have grown steadily year after year, recession or not. Really, we have grown every single year. So it's really important for you to understand that this is a solid business model. It's not something get rich quick scheme or anything. There is work involved, of course. There is some self-improvement necessary in the process, but on the other hand, it can be a very sustainable, long-lasting business for you. Okay, and one of the things we did at the beginning in order to generate leads for our business was to do a lot of networking. We would go to every single networking group in town that you can think of in order to get business cards and start a relationship. And I have to tell you that it was slow at the beginning. It took us quite a few months even to get our first client, and it was not a lot of money that came from that client specifically. But we soon realized that we could use the dynamic that happens in those networking meetings to our favor. So we started listening to people that were promoting business events and workshops and seminars, and we actually put a website together just to promote local business events. And that website is going strong to this day. It's called networkinginutah.com, if you want to take a look, where we actually promote everybody else's events. Well, over time, that really showed us that, that service alone could be a huge lead generator for us. Okay, we could go one step further that would improve even better the kind of prospects we would attract to our consulting business if we had put a group together, like a coaching group. At that time we didn't, but it could work really well, and that's an idea for you. So like I told you, we started from scratch, absolutely no money. We never had to get any money from investors, so we have full control of our business. We were able to reach 6 figures in our second year. Today I can assure you that you could do that on your first year. Everything that it takes is really more effort, and of course, because you know the environment you're in, it's a lot easier than us that we didn't know that environment at that time. And networking was the trigger for us to get our first client, and from there on we created a service based in the community in order to promote other businesses, and that it generated even more income to us. But the fact is that the things that you have to ask today is, first, if you would like to attract all the businesses that a small business can handle. Okay, because this kind of business, yes, you can have other people helping you do the advice and no problem whatsoever, but you can also run your own on your own. So you have to think where you want to go. The fact is that if you do things right, you can actually attract a lot of small businesses to be working with you, because you don't have to do it just face to face. You have different formats, and we are going to go through those formats, which allows you to work really with dozens of people at the same time. Over time, we have gone through national hundreds already of businesses, right? And we did one-on-one for quite a while, just one-on-one mentoring. And I'm going to tell you exactly what's the difference. But we did that quite a while, and frankly, I like to do that. I still like to do that. But you reach the amount that you can make very fast, because there are only so many hours in 1 week that you can be doing that. So we did change that format, even though for very special clients I still do one-on-one. I do like that, but you don't have to. You can start in other formats from the beginning. Another question is if you're ready to really significantly, and again, that's another word that I never say it right, Nash. See, I'm learning. But you increase what you charge for products and services, because in this model, you're not tied to by the hour services. Okay, I'll show you how it's done too. So you're not tied to the hour thing, which is very good, because then you never position yourself as a commodity, and people don't shop with you based on price, which is really, really crucial if you want to be successful as a marketing advisor. Okay, you get out of the hour model from the beginning. Exactly. And in this business model, as a marketing advisor, you have complete control over creating a steady and predictable flow of new businesses. Okay, and the predictable part is crucial in today's age. Not only that, if prices are structured right and payment options are structured right, you have continuity income every single month, which means, and from this model, you actually have continuity income coming from different channels. But the fact is that you know ahead of time at the minimum amount of money you're going to make that month, and that will provide security, peace of mind, and you sleeping at night most of all, and you can always grow that, right? So those are some questions that I am asking you in order for you to consider becoming a marketing advisor, because it's a simple model, it's very fulfilling. Okay, it's very fulfilling because you get to use your creativity, you get to interact with people on a different level, you get to impact their business and their lives, and that is thrilling when you see them being successful and achieving different things. Of course, they come from different industries, so the achievement is different from every single one, but it's very, very fulfilling. You have to be willing, though, of course, to interact with people. If you're the kind of person that just cannot talk to people, then maybe this is not the right kind of business for you. Now, let me tell you the difference between advisor and consultant and coach. Okay, very, very fast overview. But the consultant is the kind of person that goes to a business and he tells the partner where they should go, and he tracks, and in many times, depending on the kind of consultant they are, they might deal with human resources and other departments on the company. It can be very profitable too, but can also drain a lot of energy, because you're dealing with differences between partners. This is not the easiest thing on earth, but can be done. So you tell them what to do, basically. The coach usually will ask a lot of questions and will dig out of the prospect the solutions there. Okay, and again, can be can be very profitable, can be very good. But the advisor is usually based on experience that he has, and you just tell them from your perspective what you would do, okay? And you allow them to make the decision and go do whatever they think it's best. So you're there really mentoring them. This is how I've seen. These are case studies that have been through me or through the company you're licensed, or however is the scenario. And this is my approach. That's what I would do. And they will decide or not what they have to implement. And it's an approach where you're both working together and you kind of become a partner in their business, okay? Because you always have their best interest in mind. It's important here to understand what their best interest in mind is. It has to be from their perspective for their business that you're going to give the advice, and not if you would make a buck or two more by offering a certain service and a certain tool that they could be using. Understand that, of course, when we are talking about becoming a marketing advisor, we are talking about innovative marketing, right? That's the core of everything that we do. So there's a lot of digital internet marketing, mobile apps and things like that. So there is a huge array of possibilities here for you to make some extra money, for example, as an affiliate. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you are working with the client, you need to have their best interest in mind. So if you have to forfeit an affiliate fee from one product in exchange for another that you're not you have to be real transparent here, okay? It's really crucial that you have the approach of, I'm a partner here in this company, in this business, because I'm going to see their best interest in mind. If you do that, you're going to be extremely successful. But if you position yourself in a way that you will be offering things just in order to make a buck or two more, that is going to be a short-run business. The fact is that to this day, a lot of the clients that we have been with us for 4 or even 5 years. And they stay. The business grows, the business changes, and they stay with you, and they happily pay you for that reason, because they understand you do have their best interest in mind. Even to the point, Nash, right? How many times we have discussions when they use several other companies and they're going to make a mistake, and they're very heated conversations in the process, because we need to make sure they don't make mistakes that could really damage the business. It happens. It happens, especially in bigger companies or companies that have several partners. That happens. It for me, it really is thrilling. I don't have a problem with that, but I always have their best interest in mind. Now, why? And you can call advisor or coaching. I do mix those two, even though what I like to use is really advisor, because I see that there is a difference here. Of course, many of the answers that you get and the ideas of campaigns, they do come from the client, because doing a very good brainstorming, you do dig out from the client the answers that you need. And that's another thing. A lot of marketing advisors and marketing consultants and coaches, they think, oh, but I don't know enough about this industry. Well, not really, because you're going to get to those answers together. Of course, after I get the client, I do research the industry more than I did before. But that is because I'm looking for tools and ways to use social media that company could be using that might not be used by others, or around an idea. But the fact is that I really don't care from which industry a client is when they come to me, because I know that the process we have will give me all the answers that I need, and I'm going to share those with you. Now, why would you become a marketing advisor? Well, first, there's very high demand for what you're doing, okay? There is not a day that goes by that we don't meet either with an association, a group, or an individual that they have been doing some kind of marketing that is not working for them anymore, and they need to move to innovative marketing. And again, when I say innovative marketing, I'm combining not only digital marketing and social media, but anything that makes sense to businesses today in order to generate more sales or leads. Actually, National, it happened last week, right? We went to give a talk to a specific group, and they were still doing Yellow Pages ads and very frustrated with that. Yes. Exactly. It's not a leap for them to do that, and they feel lost at the beginning because they don't know. I mean, so what's the use of everybody telling them they should be using Facebook? They have no clue what to do there, right? So they need you, and they need you a lot, and they are willing to pay a high price for that because let's face it, a yellow page ad during the year will cost them, and that's a cost, not an investment, will cost them $12,000 to $20,000. So paying you your fee, it's not that big of a deal because not only you will avoid them to lose money, you will guide them in the right direction with the right approach. So huge demand here. There is really a fortune to be made, especially if you focus on the local businesses. Yes, you can get a lot of businesses coming from your own website, and if you apply everything that you learn with social media correctly, you will get clients from there too. But the local level, it's very easy for you to make money. It's a whole brave new world, and the small business owner, like restaurants and chiropractors and dentists and retail shops, insurance agents, they just don't know what to do, and you're there to guide them in the right direction. The other very good thing about being a marketing advisor is that you really call the shots, right? You give them the choice to do whatever they want to do because after all it's their business, but you are in control most of the process. Not only that, you use your time the way you want. I think this is a big plus. There is no such a thing as being in the office every single day from 9 to 5. Actually, in the formats that we use today, you can be home all the time, and it is really working from home on a very profitable thing because you can use the phone, you can use webinars, you can use the Google Hangouts to. We actually do this with all our international clients. We use the Google Hangouts to have the private meetings because they work fantastic. So why not, right? You have control over time. You can refuse projects and clients, and sometimes we do that. There are certain industries that we do not like to work with. No problem. We don't have to take them because money is here. There is no shortage of people that want to give you money, so you can choose, right? So when you get a very problematic client, which might happen, you can just tell them to go. You can fire them, right? And you focus on the work that really interests you. You set your own rates. This is crucial, right? You decide how much money you want to make. And there is no such a thing as, oh, but so-and-so is a consultant and is charging $25 an hour. The way you have to structure a business, like I told you, is out of the hourly rate, and you decide because it's based on value that you provide to the client. And so it's value-based price. Put that in your mind because this is crucial. So you decide your rates, how much you want to make, and as long as you provide that value, you provide those results that are expected by the client, they are fine with paying you. Okay, don't judge your audience. Well, and unlikely starting another kind of business like a restaurant or a store, you can set up your consulting business, your advisor business with minor costs because what's the overhead involved? Well, there is some investment in self-improvement. You have to know how to do it, and you need to be researching new tools and new ways of using innovative marketing to business. That's a constant thing, and you have to be willing to do that. Okay, but other than that, you need a computer, right, and maybe a cell phone, and you're good to go. Exactly. Yes, and again, just a parenthesis here. As long as you're willing to invest in self-improvement, that means getting to know tools, having a process in place that you can implement, reading books. You got to be willing to do that. There is a high demand, and who hires a marketing advisor? Well, all kinds of small businesses. We like to work with businesses that go around 10 employees. For us, is a gold mine because, like I said, they don't want to go to. I mean, they don't even understand. How can I put this? They are not familiar with the marketing advisor. They usually think they have to go to a marketing agency, which costs a boatload of money. On average, if you go to a marketing, especially traditional marketing agency, you're talking about an investment of at least $75,000 a year. So that scares them right out of the bat, and they might even have tried that before, but many of the things that they were doing, they are not working anymore. So when you come and you show them, let me enlighten you and show you the other things you could be doing that actually you wouldn't have to pay for, like for example social media, other than the investment of your time. They do pay attention to you. We also like this kind of average 10 employees because they understand they need marketing. They understand they got to have a budget to market, which is crucial. If you're working only with solopreneurs, sometimes they do not have that notion that they do have to have some money to invest in marketing. So it's easier if you tell them, now it's time for you to do a pay-per-click here and you need this kind of budget. They will get that because they are used to do, like I said, yellow pages, newspapers, radio, so they understand the concept. They tend to give you less headaches too. Okay, so we don't go with companies a lot bigger than that because unless they are growing with us, but we don't go prospect to big companies because the bureaucracy, the time involved for you to get a contract, the amount of meetings can be overwhelming. So we leave those aside. And the small business owner, the one that is a solopreneur or is the person plus an assistant, well, they're good too as clients for you as long as you educate them on what they need in order to have a business. You don't want to sugarcoat too much and say, no, you don't need anything, and you don't need money to invest. You don't need marketing budget, because that's not true, first of all, and will cause you problems later. Governments, yes, tourist department, movie departments, they all need to be using innovative marketing today. Non-profit agencies also use advisors. And people hire advisors because they need specialized skills or knowledge that they don't have, and they want to do that, not to fall as prey to a lot of service providers that are just there pitching them. It happens so often. Restaurants are a very good example of that people just come and you got to have an app, and you got to have this, and you have to have a Groupon and deal of the day and whatever, and it comes to a point that they feel totally lost. That's why it's so easy for you to become their marketing advisors, and you really become their marketing department. They come and say, what do you think about this? And then you give your opinion, or you show the examples of other clients that have used that solution or not. So many cases they hire the advisor because they only need the skills or the knowledge for a short period of time, or for less than a full-time basis. It doesn't make any sense for them to hire somebody inside the company. So they come to you thinking, okay, I'm going to go use Facebook and that's it. But the fact is that the moment you start advising them in the right way and you show them other options that they're really not aware of, there's so many things people don't have a clue of the possibilities. A very easy example, you mentioned Google Hangouts, and 99% of people have no clue what that is. And they might be in the consulting business themselves, and they don't know how they could use. So the moment you show those possibilities and you show them different tools that they could be using for their business, the long-term relationship starts. So like I said, they come thinking it's going to be a brief thing, but the fact is that they stay with you as long as the business is growing, because there's so many things that come that they need. Okay, let me breathe. Now, what will you be selling exactly as a marketing advisor? Well, our advisors here, what they do is they install a marketing system. Okay, they provide a step-by-step program, or like I like to call really is an approach to create and implement a marketing campaign. Okay, a marketing plan. let me tell you one thing. When I say marketing plan is a little different than most businesses are used to, because like I said, when they approach a traditional marketing company, they get the marketing plan as a thing full of paper and you know, full of pages, but most of the time all it is doing is really telling them what kind of advertising they should be buying and things like that. That's not what we do at all. We really have the first 3 meetings when we brainstorm a lot with the client. We work very heavily on the positioning. I'm going to go deeper into that. And from that we get the main idea of a campaign. Okay? And then when we have that main idea, then we say, okay, with this idea, we could go and run here, let's suppose, Facebook advertising or Google Plus or whatever it is the case. And everything that we use in innovative marketing will go around that core idea. Okay, so it's a marketing plan. Yes, it is, but it's very different than the traditional, and you don't have to be home writing the marketing plan because you're going to be creating that together with the client. The engagements, of course, can be in person, can be virtual, can be in groups of businesses, can be inside companies. Doesn't matter the format, because you as a marketing advisor will sell the result. So with a set price, a flat fee based on proven methods and tactics. Okay, so there are no surprises in the process. Okay, before I go and talk to you about the process itself, let's think about how much money can be made here. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 scenarios because you are going to choose the ones you feel most comfortable with. Like I told you, we did 101 for quite a long time. I would say, Nash, 4 years maybe, even more. Yeah. Yeah. Not only that, you know, even though you see a lot of gurus out there telling you, no 101, it's just group coaching and whatever, the fact is that the quality of client you work 101 is very good. The fee, of course, they're paying a lot more because it's a private session with them and they are happy to do that. And the third is they tend to keep with you for a long time. Okay, so I still, like I said, I still like them. Exactly. So let's see that format first. Let's suppose you have one client. Okay, we usually work our package for 6 months, meaning around 2 times a month. Okay, that's the average. We do allow them to come more often right at the beginning because of the brainstorming, and that actually is very helpful to us. So the first 3 or 4 meetings, they come every week, but then they're spaced out in every 2 weeks. So 6 months at least you're going to have that client. Let's suppose you set a flat fee of 6,000. So basically 1,000 a month for one client. In that scenario, if you have 5 clients, really, if you see them back to back in one day of the week, 5 hours of your time, you are making $30,000 a month. Okay, that's not bad. Double check the numbers here, Nash. I'm so terrible with numbers, but if you have 10, oh, that's a year actually. So if you have 10, you're making 60,000. Okay, this is just on the fees for the advice. This is not counting upsells that you need and all the other models that I'm going to show you one by one, which they are. We have 11 total. So you're really making money here from different levels. But only if you had 10 clients on $6,000, you would be making 60,000 a year. Okay, that's not shabby. Okay, an investment, like I told you, the computer. Not Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very low key. I mean, in this scenario, you're really not working too hard to get clients. You're working 1 day a week every 2 weeks. So, I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that. So, you see here, I wanted to put a number like this to show you the conservative side. If worst case scenario, this is it. But like you see, you can double that very easily. Now, the other scenario, the group coaching. Okay, it was very popular. So you get a group of people. We have two different types here. I'll go into that later. But let's suppose you get 20 people at $500 each, and you're going to coach them on the exact same process. So you're going to work the positioning and move forward. You have 500 each, 20 members. That equals 10,000 a month. 12 months. 120,000. You're talking in this scenario here. You're usually talking to them once or twice a month only. Yeah, you can structure it in different shapes, but that's the norm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah, and this format is very very easy. It's very easy on you because you just need to prepare for that one meeting and you deliver. Uh, there is less stress because in the private model there is more stress because if something doesn't work, you're working with a client, you're dealing with different personalities. In this case, you're not. Let me tell you one example. Last year we do have some coaches and consultants as clients, right? And one of them is a business consultant, being in business for many many years, working with big companies. But then the recession hit, and of course he ended up losing a lot of clients, to the point that when the end came to an end, the year came to an end, he actually zeroed the clients. He was not the only case. There was another one. All the big companies just cut the contract. So you imagine this: they were making exactly. So they went from making a good chunk of money every month to zero, which is not fun. And yeah, and because they were used, and especially specifically this guy was used to that format, going to the company and he doing the consulting and all that dynamic. He never paid attention to any other format, and so we sat down with him and you said, let's first get some money coming in. You go and put a group coaching together, and he was already going to networking meetings and things of this kind, and get 5 people paying you $500 a month, okay, at least to have some income coming. Well, that's what he did. Guess what? He's in his second group because the first group maxed out, and I think he maxed out with about 10 people. Okay, and that's it. And he's very, very happy now, considering moving to Florida, which is a lot warmer than here, because everything is good again for him. Very easy, because all he had to do really, and the format that he used is he went to the networking group, did a workshop with people, and from that workshop closed them into a group coaching. It was that simple. Took him one time to start that group, and then a second time to fill that group, and now he has a second one. Yeah, exactly. Of course, he was a good business consultant before. He has a good chunk of knowledge. He does invest in self improvement quite often, so he has what it takes to provide value. I'm not taking that part away, but to go back from zero to I'm not going to say it's more money than he used to do before, but it's pretty good money. That's all it took, and he doesn't have a fraction of the headaches he had as a consultant, because the fact was that with the companies, especially some of the companies that were in an industry that they were really hit by the recession, well, then you start having problems with partners and with other departments. It can be a nightmare. In this format, it's really very easy. Okay, last scenario here, but it's not the last one that you have as an option, is the short-term topic-specific program. These are programs that you usually do for 3 or 4 months only, and they go around one topic. For example, positioning, sales strategy, social media. So you get a group, and it's topic specific, and that's all. So you're not going to go in any tangent of what they are facing in business right now, because that's for the group coaching. This one is topic specific. These programs, they usually sell easily online, and you can sell them through teleseminars. That's how we do it. From $3.95 to $6.95. That's an average. It's very, very easy if you go with $247 a person. Okay, for 3 or 4 months. We do. Go ahead. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah, and of course, with our advisors, we have several that we provide them because, for example, the sales strategies for the new economy is a big seller because it goes really into depth on how people should be selling, how they should be selling today, and the consumer. So that's the kind of program I'm talking to you about, $3.95 to $6.95 each. So let's see the whole picture here. And again, it's not the whole picture. I'm going to tell you what other revenue streams you might have. But if you have, let's suppose, 3 private clients a month, okay, so $3,000. One group with 20 clients, one group coaching, that's $10,000 a month. One specific topic group with 8 people, that would be 3,160 more a month. Okay, so if you had this, we are talking 3 private clients, half a day in your every 2 weeks for you. One group of 20 clients means 1 hour a month or 2 hours a month if you meet with them every 2 weeks. One topic specific group, they usually meet every 2 weeks or every week, depends on how is the program. Okay, so think about this. You're working less than what you work probably today in 1 day. You would work the whole month. Okay, if you work 8 hours a day, you work more in 1 day than in this format. You would be making $60,160 a month. That's a total of $193,920 only with the fees from the clients. Yes, $193,000 a year. That's only with the fees from the clients, because you add this to the whole suite of things that they need, especially when you're talking about digital marketing. They need apps, they need websites, they need hosts, they need everything, and you can make affiliate fees out of those. So again, the point is, working less a month than you work in 1 day today, you could be making at least $16,000 a month. That's pretty exciting. Mm-hmm. Very simple model. Now, let me tell you about the other existing revenue models inside the Marketing Advisor. So we had number 1, one-on-one mentoring. Number 2, group coaching. And then we have topic-specific coaching. Okay? Then membership programs that you might have. The moment you start having a group of people, makes no big deal to transition them to a membership coaching, to a membership program, or of course if you become a marketing advisor with us, then we already offer where you make the fee from every single one. All the info products that you can sell coming out of it. Mastermind groups, that's another kind of group. So people are with you in group coaching and they want to go to the next level and have more access to you, and as well have access to other business owners that are probably on the same level. That's when you put a mastermind group together. Well, what's the fee for that? Well, usually each member will pay from $10,000 to $20,000 to be part of a mastermind group. That's average in the industry, okay? Most of them cost $15,000 or more, okay? So see here, that's one person. So see here the possibility. Of course, you first need a group coaching. It's a process, okay? You cannot start with a mastermind group out of nothing if people don't know you and don't know the value you bring to the table. Then you have e-learning programs that can, so online training for them. Done for you services. Okay, you can start doing some services for them. You can partner with other companies so they provide the services and you get a fee. Or when you are one of those advisors, we have the social media agents, so you make a fee out of everything that comes to us. You can have mini programs like the virtual days and workshops, online workshops or telesummits. These are very popular online. You sell through teleseminars, you put a group together, and you spend one day with them over the phone going through that topic. For example, Facebook marketing. Very popular today. People pay $47 to $97 each to be in that group, and you spend just one day in your life to deliver that. There is the format of study groups. Again, you might have people that want to focus just on positioning. They went through your programs and everything, but they want to be together. You know, the more companies change, the more they want to see what other companies are doing. Study groups that last 4 weeks is another option here. Events that you can put together or get an affiliate commission out of that. Consulting that also comes because bigger companies will ask you to go there and do the consulting, and of course speaking engagements that you can get out of that. So actually 13 different revenue models here that you could implement in your business advisor, in your marketing advisor business. Okay, understand that you cannot implement everything at once. Okay, there is a process, and the process depends on where you are today. You might already be a coach or a consultant and you want to incorporate innovative marketing in your services. You might be starting with anything. You just want to put a business together. So it varies for people to people because the scenario varies for them. But I can tell you that normally there would be 3 phases that you would go. I call the anchor phase first. So you just starting a business out of scratch. I am going to tell you that you're probably going to make around $50,000 in the first year. Okay, because you know you need to anchor yourself as a business, and you need to put your face out there. People need to know who you are, understand that there is a value in what you're talking about and offering them in order to do business. So you need that phase, and that phase will be around $50,000 a year. The second phase I call the propel phase is really when things start going. So if you're a consultant already, if you have some experience in consulting and coaching, you can make this, or if you even have a very strong social media presence at the moment, you have a ton of Facebook friends and you're using the social media tools, then we are talking about $100,000 a year. And then the third phase is the mastery phase. So you have anchor your business, you have what is necessary to have a business. You already networking and everything. You have a social media presence, so your face is out there. You know, people know who you are and they understand when you speak there is value in what you're doing. You're doing presentations in chambers of commerce and everything else. Then that's what I call the mastery phase, because you can grow this so much. And conservatively, you can be making $250,000 a year in this phase. So understand that, because this is not magic. You're building a real business. So you need to understand there are phases. You can shortcut if you already have some past experience or structure, but it is a process. I want you to be very clear of that, because it's not something like, oh, you buy and tomorrow you're making 6 figures, right? You have to put your face out there. Now, I did mention quite a bit that we have advisors, right? And let me tell you the reasons I think it's always good to partner with us. First, we have the leverage of recognized brand. If you start from scratch and you do on your own, you can build a very strong brand, no doubt about that, but that takes time. Until you acquire the visibility and the attention necessary from the market, it takes time, and it took time for us to do that. But today we have that, and when you partner with us, you leverage the Buzz Booster brand, which is very strong, especially online. We have processes. I'm going to tell you what they are. That is a proven marketing system and processes that we apply with clients. It's not like we sit down with a client and say, well, let's talk and see where do I go from here. No, they are structured meetings, very structured meetings that will give you the answers that you need in order to create a campaign and guide the client through that campaign. So, like I told you, we have a methodology that is very collaborative with the client. And this methodology has been tested with hundreds of companies and industries, so we know it works. And of course, we give you the support to build your business. We are very, very proud of our brand. And when we get a marketing advisor with us, we make sure that he has everything he needs to build the business, get the first client, keep that client, keep upselling, right? And of course, the moment you become a Buzz Booster marketing advisor, you are part of an international team, because we have other advisors in other places as well. Let me tell you about how we work in face-to-face with the client, okay? We call the PET model. It's a focus on 3 things: positioning, very strong positioning for a business, because believe me, without very strong positioning online, you are not going to see results with that company. It's that simple. And you know, 90% of them do not have their positioning right. They don't know how they should be positioned in the market. We have a process for that. That is the magnetic system process. Then attention from the market. And here is the difference between you and all the gurus out there, marketing gurus and social media gurus and all the rest, because they keep focusing on getting visibility. So let's have 10,000 followers on Twitter, or 1 million followers on Twitter, and that's blah, blah, blah. Well, let's face it, you can have millions of followers on Twitter, but if nobody pays attention to you, you get nothing. And when it's a business, I need to get leads, and I need to get sales, I need to get awareness. So there's a lot I need here. I need attention, not only visibility. Okay? So what's the process here to get attention? And the third one that you have to focus with clients is traction. Okay, so I know what I'm about. My positioning is to the nose here. Very good. We are getting attention from our marketing. Now what? Well, now traction. I need leads and sales, because that's business. I don't need friends on Facebook. I need people that pay attention to my message and buy from me. Okay, so this is the model you're going to be working exactly in these 3 phases. Okay, we first take care of the positioning, align that positioning. Then we say, okay, how are we going to get attention here? What's the main core message? Okay, once we have that, so we go to social media and all the rest. And then the third one, okay, what's the traction I'm going to get from this market? And then we can start generating sales and leads. Okay, we don't focus as marketing advisors on tools. It doesn't matter to me how big Facebook is, if it's here today or tomorrow, if Pinterest is going to be bigger than Facebook, if there is a plugin that does that. No, because the marketing here is about the strategy, and that's what you have to become good at. Okay, you help them create the strategy that they should be applying on those tools. Of course, you can guide them on how to start opening the account and blah, 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 but they can outsource that. They can learn themselves. You can tell them, okay, here's the course that you can take that I provide, the online course that Buzz Booster has, and they go the how-to. You focus on creating the strategy with them and guiding them in the right direction. Very important for you to understand that, because most people that I see doing marketing coaching, They get just hooked up on whatever they're doing on Facebook. It's the tools, the tools. Well, the tools are here tomorrow, they're here today, gone tomorrow. And that's the environment we live in today. And many things are still being tested and people are trying to figure out. So, you know, that's the good part here is when you understand, use your creativity. You know, look at one tool and think, this is how I could use this client. That's how he could be using this tool. But don't focus too much on tools, on the how-tos, because that's not where the value is, believe me. Okay. Yes, yes, and that's a very important piece of the puzzle here. Okay, of course, we also create a structure and processes in order to get results. In fact, we have really dozens of flowcharts where we show, where you as a marketing advisor, you can see how to implement that. Okay, there is one thing that we have developed in our business, that is the accountability on both sides, because this is usually a nightmare for coaches and consultants. The moment you give a good idea, the idea the next day becomes part of the client, and they do think they had that. Also, when you tell them how to do things, they many times don't do it. So there are lots of little things that can become a problem. But the moment you start showing and educating them that the accountability is on both sides, things change. So we, for example, we have a client pad that we always ask them to, we list, and I'm going to show you how that PDF is, but they list, you list what they have to do, what the meeting was about, and then you ask them to rate the meeting and sign up, you know. And so if should any problem start in the future, you have a track record here. These pads are very famous, and it's awesome because it helps you with the process with the client. Okay, the sales process is also very, very structured. The way we get a client is very structured, and we have that for face-to-face, presenting from stage, over the phone. So the conversion rate for one of our marketing advisors is high because, again, there is a structure that have been tested really hundreds of times. We give presentations every single week in a different place. So, I mean, we tested and tested and tested. We gave hundreds of teleseminars selling, one-on-one, extremely high closing ratio. So very, very, once you get that structure, very easy for you to do the same. Okay. When you become a Buzz Booster marketing advisor, this is what we provide to you. We provide a suite of e-learning programs. We have about 15 of them, where, of course, when you send a client, one of your clients, to do, it's the how-to part. You get very high commissions. The commissions for our advisors only are around 40%. So it's a kind of super affiliate that we have just for the advisors. And why? Because we already have all this structure. Nothing keeps you from creating your own. You are independent, okay? But should you decide to use ours, you get 40% of everything, from e-learning programs, done for you services, the membership program. We also help you build a networking structure around it. Like I said at the beginning, we have the networking Nuta. If you want to go that route, with a coaching club where you have a monthly local group where they come, and we will guide you on how to structure that. And like I said, in most of the time you make 40 to 45% commission. Okay, you can start the business today with at least 4 instant revenue channels, and that's why I mentioned these other ones, because they already exist. So if you get one client, even though you might think you're not ready for the other things, well, you have 4 different channels of revenue from the beginning. Okay, like I told you, it's a proven system for business owners. And you can even, if you partner with us, have your own exclusive area. That's a choice we give you. So if you don't want anybody else, you know, to have the same opportunity in the same area, that's also a possibility here. How it works the moment you join. First, You go through a training program in order to be certified as a Buzz Booster marketing advisor. So we go through every single detail, from acquiring the customer, working with the customer in the process, the upsell possibilities that you have, growth, follow-up is all in there. Most people take about 6 weeks, but it's you do that at your own pace, because it's on an online environment. Okay, you will have an initial meeting with us where we see where you are and how we are going to structure this in your existing business or as your business in itself. So we are going, that's totally private with us. Then you will have a full day with us where we will set up a date and you will come and go to a more extensive training. We have monthly private calls, okay, where we get together and we go through whatever challenge you might be facing, because for each one is different. You might be in the consulting business already, so putting this piece, it's going to be a piece of cake, but you might have problems selling. Or you are just starting from scratch and you need help in different aspects of the business. Well, those monthly private calls, they last 6 months. That's when we are going to be talking. And then we have the advisors meetings where we put the group together and then you brainstorm what other people are doing better in different areas. We have something that we call shadowing. That's very interesting when you're not used to give consulting or even to selling, that you record the session that you have, send it to us, and we go through it to see where the problems are. For example, in one person, we figure out that the problem was the way she was talking about money. She would start stuttering. She would, it would change quite a bit the way she was speaking, and that was the crucial part. It was not anything that she was doing wrong. It was just how she was expressing her value. She was afraid to ask for the money, which is very common. So the voice would shake, she would stutter, so the whole thing was good, and then it would go bad. Easy thing to fix if I could be there, but since I can't, if she sends me the audio recording, I can do that. I can pinpoint where the problem is. This is a huge value. You are going to get client manuals for you to work. We have all that. Like I said, it is a structured thing. Sales manual, training on deep training in sales, deep training on the magnetic system. So the PET model, you're going to go through all that. You will also have assessments that we use and questionnaires, contract samples. We have the advisor central where you have access not only to training but resources that you might need and where you should go be affiliate of those resources when it's necessary. You get the pack of magazines. We publish the Engage magazine, which is a huge success. You get that every 3 months, right, Nash? Every 3 months, 4 times a year, you get a pack of those, so you can use that as marketing material to go out there and get clients. And let me tell you, that magazine brings a lot of business. Not only that, once you are certified, you will have that listed on the magazine as well as on our own website. So we do not promise to generate you any leads, but you're going to have visibility within our brand, which is a big deal. If you type social media agency and so many other keywords, you're going to see that we rank on the first page of Google for a boatload of keywords out there. So by being on our site is very important. You are also going to get your own site. We are going to build that for you in the case that you need that, because it becomes a lot easier other than being listed on our site. You also get the Check and Act guide that we have a different strategy for you to implement with clients every month, and you will have your own page on our site. We're still putting this together just because we start selling this certification just a few months ago, so we are still in the process of putting that together. But you are going to have, when you decide to do the networking club, the coaching club on a local area, we are going to give you the structure for every month, including PowerPoints that you can use. So we put that in the area, and you can use that for your monthly presentation. So there is no work involved for, oh, how do I put a meeting together with these people? We put that for you. And like I said, those coaching clubs, they are meant for you to generate more leads and have a local group, and also upsell them later on the mastermind. That is the big ticket item. Understand one thing: you keep all the money from mastermind groups. You keep all the money from any groups actually that you put together. There is no connection here with us. You pay us to be licensed, and you pay us for the monthly support, and that's it. You are independent. That's a crucial thing for you to understand. When you sell one of our products or services that we have, then you make around 40% in commission. That's extra. So we are going to partner, but money you make from consulting, it's all yours. It's 100% yours. Okay, topic specific groups that, like I said, the group all yours. Okay. You can run as an advisor business, or you can incorporate in any existing business that you have, as long as they are somewhat connected to coaching and consulting, right? And again, you have the option to incorporate the networking monthly meetings in your area. Okay, let's talk about investment then. What kind of investment you're going to have here? Okay. Very important to understand, no revenue or profit sharing. It's all you. And sorry, it's all yours. Okay, what you're going to pay us is a licensing fee. This licensing fee goes for a 3-year period, and after it's paid off, it's paid off. It's yours forever. First year fee that you pay for training, for the site that we are going to build, and everything else that I said, you pay $3,997 for a setup, and then you pay a monthly fee for 12 months of $497. I will repeat that in a second. Okay, the second year, so like I said, is a 3-year license, right? The second year, it's only going to be $397 a month, and the third year only $200 a month, and then it's done. Okay, then it's done. It's a 3-year license, fully vested. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Uh-huh. Yes. Yes. Exactly. So it's very doable, and it's not going to create, any kind of hardship on your part to pay. You see, they are very doable fees for you to pay every month. And like I told you, one client, you basically get the setup fee and the monthly thing very easily, right? What else is in there? Well, there is an ongoing 100 a month for the full time you are with us, and that's for the support and material you're going to get in the mail. Okay, because this industry, unlikely many other industries, this one changes quite a bit. There are new tools and new things all the time. For example, Pinterest is all the rage right now, right? You need to know how to use that for business, if you should be using that for business. So for that support and the monthly meetings that we have with the advisors, you will be paying that 100 a month. You're free to go, and you're not obligated to the full amount. Okay, very important here. We are not going to refund any amount paid, but you're free to go in the middle of the process if you decided to. Okay, no problem here. We are very, very aware on how good our business model is, how little investment it's necessary to put that going. We have duplicated this with clients, and we have duplicated this with other marketing advisors. It works, so people stay with us. But understand that you're not signing any kind of contract that says you are obligated to the full amount here. Okay, you are independent. Very important here. You are independent. Like I said, you can run this as a business and be all about buzz boosters, or you can incorporate that in the existing business. The fees that you make from consulting and everything else are yours. Okay, so really, really independent. What do I want you to do today is really fill the form where we are asking some more questions about you, so we can get a grip on where you are in business and where you want to go, which is important for us to start a conversation. Okay, once you fill that form, and the place to go, fill that form. Naturally, do you mind saying, because you're more clear than I am? You Yes, you have a lot of information there. You have an FAQ with the questions that we get very often. So you can go and read. The moment you fill the form, what happens? Don't be scared. All we are going to do is send you the package with what we talked today. So it goes in detail on the revenue models, what you get, the FAQ, so you get more information so you can go over that. And we will contact you by email if you want to talk to us. And again, it's a no pressure thing. We are just going to see if we are a good fit for each other. Okay, I know that this works very well. I have other advisors doing this. I want to see if there is a possibility really for you to run this as a business, if there is a good fit in personality for us to be working together, because like I said, we have 6 months of private meetings with you. It's important that we are a good fit for each other. There will be no hard sell here. You already know how much it is to invest, and if you're interested, fill the form and let's keep the conversation going here, because it's very important that you are aligned with our philosophy as well as we are aligned with your personality. So that's the reason we ask for the meeting. And of course, if there is a good fit, we are going to say, let's move forward. You already know everything. There is no hidden investments behind it. There is nothing. I already told you, and I'm going to repeat. 3-year period for your license fee, with all the training, private meetings, and support that you need to get going. You can get your first client tomorrow, and we will help you keep that client happy. Okay, because we know we have been through all kinds of scenarios in different industries that it's possible, and I can show you how to become a very good marketing advisor. Okay, you will have all the support, and you have access the whole time for the training programs. You're going to go in depth into other things like selling, because we tend to think, oh, it's the selling part is going to be easy, but sometimes we have our own demons here to asking for money. So you will be supported in a 360 angle here. It's not just something, oh, go figure yourself and do it and make some money. We are here with you. We are becoming your partners because we want you with us for a very, very long time. After all, you're carrying our brand. We are going to give you badges and everything that you can put on your own site that we are going to build for you if you need. It's included in that. Like I said, 3-year period. The first year, $3,997 as a setup, and then $497 for 12 months. On the second year, it's just $397 a month. On the third year, just $208 a month, and then an ongoing fee for support material and the administration of running the advisors for $100 a month. That's all you have to invest. That's all you have to invest. Now, if you want to be area exclusive, meaning you have a certain geographical area where you're going to be the only Buzz Booster advisor, this means the following. You run that area. Your competitors cannot run that area for you. We are not going to sell to anybody in that area. We cannot avoid, though, that somebody that got the certification could come to your area and start marketing there. We cannot avoid that. But Buzz Booster will not sell the certification for that area, geographical area. If you want that, there is an additional $6,000. Okay, and of course then we also help you with the local club. So what really, the way you really manage that area better than anybody else is having the local coaching club there, where you have the monthly presentations and you are the only one doing that in that area. Okay, depends on which area you live in and the demographics, but we get that together. Okay, once an area is gone, it's gone forever, or unless the person gives up. So if you want to keep competition away, this is a very good option. Okay, just let me know in your form if you're interested in that or not. Okay, Nashla, I think that's it, right? Well, unless I forgot something. Yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Exactly. Go there, read everything, because I think you might, you know, you hang up the phone, 2 minutes later you have some questions. I think they're answered right there. Take a look. Then go to Google and Google us, Google Buzz Booster. Check how well we rank. Check how well people talk about us, and check how robust our system is. You know, check everything you want to check, because we have a system that we have been implementing and we have developed over the years. But Buzz Booster, like I told you, you do the math here, but we started in 2005. We've been growing. We have clients, and I can get you in touch with those clients that have been with us for years, and we have made a significant change in their businesses over the years. They're happy to this day. So it's very solid, and a very solid business model done by people that understand that not everybody has a huge budget out there to put in a business opportunity. We understand how to grow on a grassroots model. You know, our model doesn't require you to spend a lot of money advertising to put your face out. We do what we preach. We use social media, we use digital marketing in order to get attention from the market and get clients. We have the magazine that is a huge tool for you to get clients. It's amazing. So you're going to have all this, you're going to have all the structure. All you need to do really is go out, put your face out there, you know, invest in self-improvement, meaning go deep into the training, you know, listen to everything, watch everything that is necessary, talk to us every single month, you know, and we are going to make this work for you. I don't want anybody using the brand Buzz Booster unless I have 100% certainty that they have all it takes to succeed. The investment is not that big. You're going to recoup that very fast, right? So go there, check it out, buzzboosteradvisors.com, and I hope to see your form coming through so we can get a call, and we're just going to chat. You don't be afraid that you will be obliged to buy something from us. We don't want that, and we don't need that. We only want people that we really feel they can move forward. So we are just going to talk. Okay? We will not be pounded by people at your door asking to buy our stuff or anything. So go check it out. You know, put all your questions in the form, send it to us. You will get right away the package. The package has a lot of information. It's a PDF, really pages and pages of information. You go through that at your own pace, and then we talk. That's all. Even if you decide not to do anything and partner with us, you know, you have in this call a very good idea of things that you could be doing in a consulting business, or if you have one, or starting a business. I give you good information on how you can structure that. So, you know, you are welcome to try. I'm just offering a very strong brand that you can use. and a system that we already have in place. So it's a shortcut. You can do on your own, and that's totally fine. But you can do with us. Have the brand on your side and have the structure to shortcut so you can make more a lot faster. Naturally, with that, I think that's all we had to say. Go take action, because life, opportunities, they knock and you have to take action. See you next time.